From the Ear to There Travel Studio, this is the Ear to There Disney Podcast.
The Ear to There Podcast, it's time to start the show. Be sure to hold on tight, here we go. Exploring all the different Disney destinations. Ear to There, it's time to start the fun.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Ear to There Disney Podcast. I'm your host, Phil Gramlich. I'm also the owner and the founder of Ear to There Travel, which is a Disney specialized travel agency. It's my job to take away all the stress, all that anxiety, and all that time that it takes to plan a Disney trip so you can focus on the really fun things like having an amazing time with your family and friends and enjoying the magic. You can listen to this podcast, meet every vacationeer on the Ear to There Travel team, and request your free, no obligation quote over at ear2theretravel.com. All right, this is episode number 193 for the week of February 24th, 2020. Now grab a drink, grab a snack, and as a famous mouse once said, on with the show. There are a lot of table service restaurants inside the parks in Walt Disney World. There are so many, actually, that sometimes it can be hard to figure out which table service restaurant you would like to go to on your park days. Well, guess what? We are here to help you make that decision. Yes, we are going to give you our top table service restaurant in the 4 Walt Disney World theme parks. As she's dancing next to me, here to talk all about our favorite table service meals in the parks is my wife, the lovely, the dancing Amy Liz Ames. How are you today?
I am so good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
So this is exciting because at this point I have headphones
You have
on,
headphones, yeah.
so I could hear when you put sound effects on. So
Yes.
that's why I was dancing.
Yeah, you can hear things and you're not completely in the dark, which is very cool.
It was super fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
Sorry that I'm on again, guys, but thanks for having me.
No, thanks for coming on. You're basically the co-host now. There's no.
Yeah, I think that just happened.
I'm going to have guests. I'm going to have Bob. Thank the heavens above. Bob is coming back on the show next
I don't know
week.
what you were going with.
I don't either. That's
You
why
paused
I
yourself.
paused. I stopped for a minute and I couldn't think of what I was going to say.
Okay.
But yeah, Bob is coming back on next week. That's going to be really cool.
That's great. I'm so glad he's going to be on.
Yeah, but he's a busy dude. He's the busiest.
Yeah, he really is.
Who's the octogenarian?
Is that? Yeah, I believe that's right.
He's 88 now, Bob.
That's what they call Carl from Up.
That's right. That's right. Carl from Up is that's a really good example, I think.
In our life, it is.
Yeah, that's what we talk about. All right, so let's talk about it. So we've done other dining episodes. We've done a lot of dining episodes.
We have, because they're fun. Yeah, they're a good time.
And I've done with like way back in like episode like 4, 5, 6, something like that. I did the best table service restaurants in the resorts.
That's right.
And I did that with my friend Chris Yancic, who came on. And Chris, if you're listening to this, I've tried to have him on other shows. He's done the Run Disney one.
He's been super busy too.
He said that I blew my shot because I asked him once and I canceled.
Oh, that makes sense.
Which, if you know me, you know that I cancel shows.
Yes, he's a canceler. You have
it's a little crazy.
Craziest life.
It's
yes.
crazy. But anyway, let's talk about, so this one's all about our favorite table service restaurants in the parks only.
So this is like such a good idea and such a great topic for a podcast. I wonder who thought of this topic.
I wonder.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's thank
wonder.
you to that wonderful, beautiful person who thought of this great topic.
Okay, so it was you, Ames. Congratulations.
It was.
And let's just to give you the woo, yeah.
Woo, I love it.
I should have hit the dump
Can I
button
have
there.
this all the time?
Yeah, we can do. I have all kinds
No,
of.
I mean like in my room.
Oh yeah, because you
when
can
I'm
get.
like picking up the kids.
You tell a funny joke and you get the. You hear it?
I did.
All right. I don't know if it's not very loud. I did have problems last week with the volume of the sound effects.
Okay.
So that's a work in progress. So if you're listening.
Doing the best we can.
Yeah. Last week, poor Amy didn't even have headphones, so we're working on it. All right, let's get started. Top 10 Walt Disney World theme park restaurants.
Cool.
And I think, are all of yours going to be, what's the one place, since it's not actually in the park. It's a counter service. I was going to say, are all yours going to be the cheeseburger flatbread from, what is it, the Artist's Palette?
I couldn't fit that one in.
Can't fit it on this week. All right, so what's your first pick?
Well, so I want to start by saying that my actual first pick that popped into my head as soon as I thought of this brilliant podcast, I'm actually not going to put on the list because my first thought was Liberty Tree Tavern in Magic Kingdom.
I'm surprised it didn't make your list.
Which is near and dear to my heart, I know. Because I don't know if I've ever talked about it. I'm sure I have. But
talked about it with me or on the podcast?
I worked at Liberty Tree Tavern when I did the college program. I wore like the little bonnet and all. And I loved it. And I loved the food and I loved the atmosphere. The reason that I didn't put it on this list was because they don't have the characters there anymore. Now, I'm not saying that it's not still great. I just haven't personally been since they haven't had the characters.
Right.
So I can't
And they don't
judge
serve
it.
Kraft macaroni and cheese there, so we probably won't go
Right,
this
so
year.
we'll maybe never be there. But I will say from what I remember, which was a while ago, the food is excellent there.
Wait, this wasn't your pick.
No, it's not my pick. Sorry.
Okay, let's just move on.
I forgot, actually. I started doing it anyway.
You started going into
But
it.
that's like a little honorable mention. How about that?
That's cool with me.
So for my real mention.
This is what you've been doing the last couple shows you've been on. Instead of just going right into it, you drop like 4 or 5 things into one pick.
Yeah, well, you know what? I have a lot of knowledge.
Yeah, you just covered all the parts.
I have a lot of excitement to share. So, no, but I will stay in Magic Kingdom. And I'm assuming that, but
you didn't start in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, I did. I fake started at Liberty Tree Tavern in Magic Kingdom.
All right.
And so I'm assuming that you probably have this as well. So maybe we'll tag team it. But it's Be Our Guest.
I do have that on my list.
I had a feeling.
But I have, let me think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 7 on my list.
I feel good. So, well, I feel like but we can still tag team it. But I feel like there are 2 reasons that we love this place. 1, because it's so fantastic. And 2, because we have actually gone to it very recently for dinner. And we haven't gone to too many recently of the table service.
That's
dinners. True. So this is a good one. And I know that they've made some changes in it. In the menu.
Yeah, so now it's how do you say it? The prefix menu?
Yeah, you're right.
Look at that. Little French. Prefix.
Oh, no, it's terrible.
I'm like Lumiere. Just like Lumiere.
And probably not at all insulting.
You're welcome here.
Oh, God. The thing is, you guys, at this point, I can hear him not only next to me, but also in my ears.
Yeah,
so
it's
like
a problem.
double fill.
Yeah.
So the French accents.
You wish you had double fill. You wish you had 2 of me. No, it's not inappropriate. Because I do the laundry. I drive you everywhere. I'm like, you're like Miss Daisy in the back of the car.
I kind of am Miss Daisy.
Anyway, let's get back to, before I get in trouble, let's get back to Be Our Guest. So
it is true. I don't drive. I don't know what I do without you.
So it's true. So and like for a while you Ubered and now you're like, I'm just not going to Uber.
Oh, well, I've heard really crazy stories about Uber.
It's like once in a while. Just take the chance. You'll be okay.
Just so you guys know, he's always like, don't do it. Who knows?
No, it's true. She's always like, I'll just Uber. I'm like, no. You hear crazy stories of women Ubering by themselves. You do. And then when you're like, I'll Uber with the kids, I'm like, what are you, crazy? I'd rather give up a half a day of work to drive you somewhere.
And often he does.
Anyway, so yeah, that's the problem. That's why I'm working until 10 or 11 o'clock at night. All right, so the fixed price or prefixed menu. I just say fixed price because...
That's fine. You can say that.
Isn't that the way you would say it in...
That is probably how you would say it.
In English?
Yeah, I would think so.
So you pick an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert.
Okay.
And if you want to go through, I'm showing you the menu now on the screen.
Right. So I'm really happy because so one of the things that we actually have gotten the chance to have is the assorted meats and artisanal cheese selection.
Yeah, that's really good.
It is so good, and it's really large.
It is.
I remember actually when we had it, we actually were with Chuck.
Yes.
And so all 3 of us, as I'm sure most of you are familiar, Chuck did not fight us over the cheese portion, but he still was able to share the rest of it. And there was more than enough for all of us.
Yeah, it was good for I mean, you can each. This is now they're a little smaller now because this is one entree per or one
Sure.
appetizer per person.
I'm just saying if you pick your, appetizer, your dinner, and your dessert, you're going to be totally full.
Agreed. For me,
Even with a smaller portion.
Looking at the menu, we have for the appetizers French onion soup, assorted meats, and artisanal cheese plate. What is that? Piment de esplete? How do you say that?
I have no idea.
All right, we're going to skip that.
It's a spiced tuna, though. It sounds
A fava
good.
bean puree and Florida citrus with a miso and ginger silk. Like a worm?
Oh, that is the description of the spiced tuna.
No, I'm not going to get that one. Mixed field greens, the escargot, or the main lobster bisque. That's
but you've had the escargot, and you loved it there.
Escargot?
Yes.
Do you remember my joke about escargot?
I do remember it.
Did I tell that on the podcast?
Go ahead, tell it on the podcast.
So a snail brings his car into an auto repair shop, and he gets the car fixed, and he's like, "Do you do painting as well?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, we do painting." And he's like, "All right, I need S's painted all over my car." The snail says this, and the mechanic's like, "Really? Why do you want to get S's painted all over your car?" He's like, "So when I'm at the light and it turns green, I hit the gas, people will say, 'Look at that escargot.'"
Put a little sound effect.
Hold on. That's perfect. Look at that escargot. You get it? Anyway, escargot
I think they get it. I do think they get it.
I was asking you. Escargot.
I get it.
Escargot is delicious, but I might go with their main lobster bisque.
Oh, that's really
And then for your entree, this is why we're recommending it. This is why I'm in on this with Ames. Listen to this. Herb. Salted pork tenderloin.
Herb is your
spiced
friend.
lamb chops. Pan-seared sea scallops. This is hard to choose.
Wow, these are amazing.
Roasted
entrees.
corn and Spanish tortellini. Of course, here's what I'm getting: the center cut filet.
But that is a plant-based offering.
And a poulet rouge. Is that how you say it? Poulet rouge? Poulet rouge. Oh, chicken.
Oh, that sounds good.
Well, I don't know.
Yes, that's how
That's
you say
savory
it.
bread pudding and seasonal vegetables with a chicken. Was that glaze?
Yeah.
Supposed to be glaze? I think that's
Is there actual chicken?
It's a funny thing is they don't mention the food, right? Like they don't mention the main
I'm assuming there
in
is.
the descriptions of the food. They don't mention
You're right.
the main event the
Yeah,
the
you're
protein.
absolutely right. That's really strange.
But my one bummer about this menu now, and I love Be Our Guest, I love the ambiance, I love
I know
the
you're gonna
music.
say.
What are you going to say? What am I going to say?
The steak is gone. The steak that you used.
No, I love a filet. I'm
The
good
French
with that.
fries?
Yes.
Yes.
The French fries were like my favorite
They were so
part.
good. And they came with some kind of dipping sauce, and it was really
I could
delicious.
never tell if that was for the steak or for the French
I
fries.
just used it for
but I
both.
used it for both too. It was so good. All right, so and then the desserts, of course, you
Well, no,
get.
but the desserts is that white chocolate chip cup,
Yeah.
which is like a do-your-own dessert, right?
Right. And you don't see the
And you can paint it like kids or adults, whoever you want, can like paint the cup with different sauces, and it looks really fun.
I don't see the gray stuff on the dessert, but I think it's
that
still
comes
there.
with it.
Oh, it's on one of them.
If you go down,
Oh, I see it. The white chocolate chip cake or chocolate chip cup. It's in there. Okay, I got it.
so it comes with the
With
gray stuff.
And I think you can still get that on the
I've
side.
heard that's delicious.
I don't believe you.
Well, you should just ask the dishes.
I heard they can sing.
They
They might even be able to dance. All right. And you, of course, Magic Kingdom at dinner. This is, of course, dinner, lunch, and breakfast at Be Our Guest is counter service. But you still need a reservation, so don't just walk in there. Get a reservation. But they also have beer and cider and wine on the menu because it's Magic Kingdom at dinner. All right, moving on, right? Are we moving on, or do you want to keep talking about it?
Well, I was just going to say, I mean, I know, everyone has heard a lot of stuff about Be Our Guest. It is obviously a bit more pricey.
It is.
Now with
Yeah,
the
it's
price
$62
menu.
an adult.
That is pricey.
And then that doesn't include your alcohol, right?
It includes just
Now, if you're on a dining plan, though, is it? I forget what it is. I think it's still one. No, it's 2 credits on a dining plan.
okay.
2 credits on a dining plan. Yeah. So
But I'm just saying, if you're, either saving up, your credits or your money, and you do want a really special experience, I still believe that Be Our Guest is a really special experience every
agreed.
time.
Totally agreed. All right, let's move on to my first one.
Okay.
And my first one is, of course, over in Animal Kingdom in Africa. We've talked about it a bunch on the show, Tusker House.
I also picked this one.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
All right.
I love it.
Well, listen, we go together mostly every time. So
It's
this
really
is why
true.
it's cool to have a couple that are the same. All right, so why don't you take the reins on this one then? Since
No, go ahead.
well, I kind of took the reins in the first one, but
Well, Tusker House, I will say,
we always go for breakfast, right? I've been there for lunch.
I've only been there for breakfast.
I've been there for lunch, but it was with an agent training thing.
Okay.
A
Are
couple
there
years
characters
ago.
for lunch as well?
Yeah, and dinner.
And
Yeah,
dinner? Oh, that's fun.
Characters all around.
Okay.
So, of course, the food changes depending on when you go.
Sure.
But let's talk about breakfast first.
Well, so for breakfast, so the characters themselves are super fun. It's Donald, usually Daisy, right?
Yeah, Donald, Daisy,
Mickey,
and Goofy, right?
Not Mickey.
Mickey, sometimes Minnie. It's not always.
Oh, they switch it off.
I think it depends on who shows up to work that day.
Yes.
I
I
don't
think
know,
they switch it up.
Mickey's sleeping one off.
But they're like wearing their safari outfits and
Yes.
super cute. So the character is cool. Like the characters are cool. I think that the interaction is pretty good. I don't know if it's one of those where they like really sit with you like they do at Acrostress, but it's pretty good. But the food itself.
Well, they hang around, I think, but they
Right.
don't really sit because they don't talk. So it's like.
Right. That's a good point.
That's the one thing. I think the face characters, which we'll probably get to on this list,
Probably.
the face characters do a little more time because they can have conversations.
That's a really good point.
So go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's fine. So no, I was going to say the food itself, though, at Tusker House, I think is the best character breakfast food on property.
I really like the food there every
you
single
agree?
time. I'm never disappointed. Yeah.
Me neither. It's because they have all the usual suspects, but then they have a lot of like unique African offerings, right?
Yeah. I mean, it
So
gets a
there's
little.
this beef. I don't know how to say
Bobotai?
it. Bobotai? And I remember it being so delicious.
It gets a little more, and it gets even a little more like African and Asian inspired with lunch.
I'm sure that
and
makes
with
sense.
dinner. Breakfast you have,
But they have the
bacon,
Simba
egg,
and
sausage.
Nala waffles, which are such a huge hit.
and they're really cute. Same
They're
as Mickey
adorable.
waffles, same as the Stitch waffles.
Right,
but
they're just cute.
Yeah, they look different. I'll jump ahead to the dinner menu so you can
Yes,
see
I
what's
would
on there
love
as
to.
well. But don't let any dead air
But
happen.
don't they have some? I was going to say, don't they have like jungle juice or something that
They
they
do.
give you when you sit down?
Pog. I think they
Pog.
call it jungle juice there,
Right.
but it's the passion fruit orange guava juice.
Oh, it's so good.
And you can also get that with
Oh,
alcohol.
I've never heard
Was
of
it
that.
Champagne?
Yes.
I forget what. No,
I did. I had it. It was
It's a
delicious.
Pog
It's like
mimosa.
yeah, exactly. Pagosa, so I was going to call it.
Pagosa. That's my little accent for the way the guy used to
I
say.
like it.
Welcome to the Harambe Reserve.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Do not run into any of my animals. They call them Tommies. Tommies. That's the best I can do with Wilson Matua.
I like it. I mean,
Anyway, what else you got? Anything else to talk about this place?
well, we didn't talk
Good,
about
good Bloody Marys in the morning.
yes.
Good mimosas in the morning. We've had those. What food? Want to look at the food?
Yeah, we just didn't talk about the dinner food.
Just so you know, dear listener, just so you know, now that Amy's got the headphones and she's in on my computer, she's like giving me hand signals on like how to operate the show. she's gonna give me the countdown to 4, 3.
I'll get there in a minute.
You don't do the 2 and a 1, right? You just
No, right. You
Just show
silently
them,
do
yeah.
them, right?
yeah, you're like a stage manager
So this
here.
is fun, you guys. So the dinner options are like there's like a hummus dip. There's all kinds of curries. But then of course there's also and there's salmon too. But the kids stuff is kids mashed potatoes.
And the pork when you get the
corn
pork,
dog nuggets.
when you get the pork, they cut it. They
Oh,
like
that
carve
makes
it
sense.
and
they have delicious dessert offerings.
yeah,
as
it's
well.
really good. The food there is excellent.
It's out of control, and I've never heard actually a bad review from there.
No, and this is what I try to point so many of my clients or guests
Because
to.
I don't feel like it's too difficult to get in.
It's not hard to get into.
No.
And this is what I get all the time. People are like, well, I really want to do Chef Mickey's. I'm like, do you know? Like, listen, Chef Mickey's.
It's iconic because of
exactly. When you're a little kid and you
Absolutely.
saw the
That's
magic,
the
or you
only
saw the
place I
Disney
went.
World commercials,
Sure.
you saw kids eating with Mickey Mouse next to them and a monorail whizzing overhead.
yes.
Which only goes like 10 miles an hour. They're just like going that fast. But that's what you saw, and that's what you associate with Walt Disney World. But listen, the experience there is great. The ambiance is great. Food, not so much.
I agree.
Food's just not that good. So go to Tusker House instead. You get an easier time of getting a reservation, and the food's better. You'll enjoy the food that much better.
I totally agree with you.
Amy's
I say
on.
that all
She's
the
got
time.
something going on here. We got going on.
No, I was getting my list ready.
All right, just making sure.
No, but it's actually,
Excuse
well,
me.
that was your turn, but it was kind of more my turn. Do you want to go again? Or do you
Yeah, I'll
want
go again because I have a bunch on my list.
Yeah,
we'll
go
just
for it.
All right, my next one. Did I listen? No, I want to go with. Let's go with Yak and Yeti
Oh, good. That's a good idea.
at the Disney's Animal Kingdom Resort Park.
In all honesty, I have not gotten to dine here.
So I've eaten
I'm
here.
very excited to hear about
I
it.
think I
know
eat
you
here
have.
when you're not. I've eaten here when you weren't with me a couple of times.
Which is so funny because it's totally up my alley.
It is, but
just not the kids.
Not our kids' alley, right? So you never go to a dinner or lunch without the kids in Walt Disney
No,
World.
but I would
ever.
kill everything on this menu.
I know,
I'm
you're
just
reading the
reading
menu
it.
now.
It looks so good.
So I've had the tuna nachos here. Those are
Yes,
amazing.
those are right up your alley.
And I've had, so the menu basically is like an Asian inspired menu, right? But it's a little bit of Americanized Asian. So it's not scary for people who don't love like Chinese or Japanese foods, right?
Yes, it's definitely, I totally agree. That's exactly what it is.
So the firecracker shrimp I've had is really good. The pork egg rolls there, of course, egg rolls are awesome. The sandwich though that I get, let me try to find it. The Kobe beef burger it's a $20 cheeseburger. I'm
That's
just letting you know.
you. No, it's just so you.
It's a $20 burger.
Is it worth every penny?
It's worth it. It's so good. It's so good. And you would get the ribs.
Oh, there are ribs.
They
yes,
do
I would.
have Korean barbecue ribs.
Oh, they sound amazing.
And they have a Beyond Burger that's new. Is now just this week Disney rolled out.
Oh, it was just this week?
Yeah, this a couple of days ago. Disney rolled out a partnership with the Beyond Company, the Beyond people.
Oh, Beyond Burger. You're right.
so
There
they
it
have
is.
Beyond Burgers
Oh, I
all
didn't know
over
it
the
was a
parks and
company.
resorts now. Oh yeah.
Makes sense.
That's a complete monopoly, right?
Oh, it's amazing. They are geniuses.
Those guys are selling
Good
everywhere.
for them. Good for them.
They have it like Beyond Breakfast Sandwich at Dunkin' Donuts.
I just saw that.
See, the Whopper is not Beyond. That's impossible.
No, that's impossible. There's two different types,
Exactly.
right?
There's the Impossible
Impossibles
meats and there's Beyond meats.
But they're very similar, or
I've never eaten any of
right?
them.
That's a good question.
I don't know. I mean, from what I've been told, right, the burgers at places like the Whopper at Burger King and people who've gotten a sausage at Dunkin' Donuts are like, you can't tell the difference.
Yes,
And
I've heard that too.
Worries me. Why can't I should be able to tell the difference, right? Like if it tastes that much like meat. I've heard of people being like, listen, I'm going to sue Burger King because
Oh, I've heard that too.
they obviously gave me a Whopper.
Yeah, people have really tried. They're like, you gave me the wrong food.
No, but I think it just tastes that much like meat.
That's
which is-
amazing how they do that.
It's a little scary. Yeah, listen, if you're in the mood for like an Asian type thing, if you want a $20 burger, don't be afraid of the $20 Kobe beef burger. Look, so the Beyond Burger is $20 too.
Oh, there you
So,
go.
hey, guess what? You can go try the Beyond Burger and I'll have the Kobe beef burger when we go.
When are we going?
They also have their desserts, by the way, fried wonton desserts, mango sorbet, pineapple upside down cake. Holy
Oh my
cow.
goodness, chocolate pudding cake,
I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. Oh,
mango
and
pie, Phil.
mango pie. What's that? What's that from?
Phil loves anything with pecan pie.
Pecan pie. What's that? When Harry Met Sally?
That's
what I was
correct.
thinking of.
Mango pie, anything mango is
I'm
right
in.
up Phil's alley. He
Love
just
mango.
loves mango.
Fresh mango water ice, any of that stuff, I'm in.
Sorry, and the kids menu looks fantastic too. All the usual suspects again. And then there's chicken fried rice as well, stir fried noodles. And then of course there's like corn dogs, cheeseburger, chicken tenders. So really,
And they have chicken tenders, and they have like the Mickey
anyone
check
other
meal.
than our kids could really find something.
They could eat there. The chicken tenders, and then there's the Mickey check meal, the grilled chicken breast.
Right, and there's lots of good sides as well.
Right. So listen, and holy cow, look at all the drinks. Look at the drink selection. They have.
Wow, we really should
No, so and
look
they
at
also
this
have.
menu we're off. It's great.
If you want to look at, if you want a similar type of food, but you don't want to wait and do it table service.
Right.
I know this
What
is
can
about.
you do if you're in that position?
I know this is about table service restaurants, but they also have a counter service option.
That is great advice.
Yeah, I can get what is it? The outdoor cafe. What is something cafe? Outdoor cafe? That's not what it's called, but it's something like that. It's
I've
outside.
also not been there.
It's
but that sounds great.
It's a counter
that is
service
a really
walk
good.
up outside,
That's a perfect alternative.
and you can get like the egg rolls and stuff like that, and you don't have to wait in the pot stickers and outdoor cafe. I think it's called the outdoor cafes.
I think that sounds right.
Right. So all right. So anyway, Yak and Yeti is awesome. Is that going to be our only venture into Animal Kingdom? No, we did back to back.
Right. We
We did
do
Tusker
back to
House
back.
too, and then all right, Amy Liz, what do you got? What's your
All right. Well, let's see. Where do you
Next
want
up
to
on
go?
your
Oh,
list.
you know where I'm going to go? I'm going to take us to Epcot, actually.
okay?
And I'm going to take us to the other adulty type, I would say, restaurant that I have had the pleasure of dining in. And it's Coral Reef.
Before you go with Coral Reef, let me just say something. Epcot's food has lately just gone, like, they're getting new restaurants, new places. I don't know how to say it.
true.
The new restaurant in Japan. I won't try to pronounce the name because I can't say it.
Okay.
Japan has like four
Thank you.
restaurants.
I think we all thank you for that.
I just don't want to be offensive to like somebody who's Japanese and actually can pronounce it. But Japan has like 4 restaurants now. And there's so much to eat there. The new Space 220 restaurants coming. Like there's so many options especially in in World Showcase at in Epcot.
No, there really are. It's true.
So you're doing a Future World Epcot.
I am.
So that's cool. So go ahead. So I'm sorry.
No, it's totally fine. No, so Coral Reef, and in fact, actually, I just remembered, we did eat here with the kids as well.
Yeah, we did. Yep.
For lunch, and I've had the pleasure of having dinner here too. So obviously, it's mostly a seafood restaurant.
They do have different options, though.
Yep, there's definitely a ribeye. There's a chicken breast, but the seafood itself is so fresh.
I mean, they take it from the tank right there.
That's what I was going to say. So, and the fact that there's the tank there.
They don't really.
No, I know. But I mean, the fact that there's the tank
there. You can catch your own
it's
fish.
Great. It's great ambiance. It's beautiful.
Usually when I go in, I get my appetizer. I look at the fish and I stare them down. I'm like, you're next.
You're getting on my plate, buddy. Hop on over. But no, so I just think that there are tons of seafood restaurants, but this particular one, I don't know. I just think because of the ambiance.
The tank is really cool.
The tank mostly.
If you can sit close to it, it's so much fun to sit there.
It's so fun. It's so relaxing.
Yeah, and it's a little uncomfortable when the fish look at you. Like, eh.
But no, it's a very classy place. It's very, it's low. I feel though like it's low key. Like it's not like one of those really fancy,
it's in a park, right? So it's in a park. So it's not
right.
Like
because
Victoria and Albert's where
you
have to wear a
which
collar
I also
or
love.
tie. No, you love Victoria and Albert's.
I love it.
No one's taking me. I'm looking right in your eyes, miss.
No, you are.
No one's taking me to Victoria and Albert's.
Well, you didn't take me.
Well, I didn't get a Valentine's Day present this year, so maybe you should think about that for when we go in April.
I will file that away.
All right, good. So go ahead.
No, that's it. Do you have anything to add? Well, the lunch was really fun too. It was a different kind of atmosphere. It was like a little like.
Did we eat lunch there? Was it lunch?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was dinner.
No, it was definitely lunch.
I wanted to just pull up the lunch menu really quickly to see how different the menu was. It's not. It's.
I think it's pretty similar.
Yeah, I remember getting the mahi mahi when we went. Yeah, it looks like it's exactly the same.
And what's really funny, everyone, is I'm actually not. Oh, I can still talk?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Sorry, he just muted himself and I wasn't sure. So
I have a cough
actually
and I'm
not
trying to hit the dump button when I cough so you don't hear me.
I'm not a seafood person.
No.
I don't tend to eat seafood. And in fact, when I went, probably both times, I probably didn't even get the seafood.
That's probably true.
But I enjoyed my food thoroughly. And everyone with me who did eat the seafood couldn't stop raving about it.
Yeah, I mean, I had the mahi mahi, which I'll get normally when I go to if I'm looking at seafood. I'm a mahi guy. I like that.
But I feel like this restaurant, as weird as this might sound, I feel like recently, because of all the new things that have been added, I feel like this is a bit more overlooked.
I agree with that. And it's also in a weird kind of tucked away part of the park.
It definitely is. But so I think that it's
like you
easier.
almost wouldn't even be able to find it if you didn't know it was there.
I agree. But I think it's much easier to get reservations for, even a little bit closer to the time. And I think it's really worth it to go.
I agree. All right. So what is this from? I'm looking. My favorite appetizer there is the New England clam chowder. So you got to tell me what this is about. What this is from. Okay, ready? What's the password? New England clam chowder. Is that the red or the white? I can never remember that. White. No, nothing. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
No, I don't remember.
No, she was looking at me so puzzled. Remember that part? Nobody.
No.
Have you ever seen Ace Ventura, Pet Detective?
100 years ago.
Is that the red or the white? I can never remember that. All right, sorry.
That is a good point, though, because it took me a while to figure out the difference between.
Well, New England is always white. So when he
Right.
said, it confused me in the movie because he said New England clam chowder.
Right.
And
So
the
he
guy's like,
would've-
is it the
he
red or the
would've
white?
thought that he
Manhattan is the red.
It's
New England is
always
the white.
white, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. I get what you're saying.
So
Because
Ace,
it's the cream-based soup.
yes, Ace
Right.
wasn't very bright in that part of the movie.
I don't think he was in any of the parts of the movie, right?
He's pretty smart. He figures out
I guess at the end of the day.
he figures it out. All right.
Okay.
I love the part when he tells Courtney Cox a story about how the dog bit his neck.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes to show her and she looks and he's like, "Roar!" He scares. I do that to the kids.
I know, he does it to the kids all the time. Your uncle did it to me and I almost fell
Oh,
out of my
God,
chair.
yeah. They usually don't fall for it, the kids, but
No,
once
not
in a while,
anymore.
yeah.
In the beginning, they did.
All right. Let's go over to, since you weren't there, right? You weren't at.
No, that was me, though, at Epcot.
All right. So I am going to go to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to my one that Amy called lame when I mentioned
I'm sorry.
it.
I'm sorry. I
And
feel
it's-
bad. This is going to be someone's favorite.
Yep. And you called it lame.
I didn't say put it on the podcast.
Nope, but I do, 'cause I don't-
You know what? That's
You
not
know
fair
what?
of me because I've never been.
That's exactly right. You've never been. So maybe you shouldn't put maybe you shouldn't put Jim in Minnesota's favorite restaurant down. Right, Jim?
Oh, I almost just pulled my ear.
You don't pull the headphones out there. You have a limited wire with your headphones.
I really do. I'm used to being able to throw my head back in hilarity with
True.
you.
So, I mean, that's who doesn't throw their head back in hilarity with me? Yeah, every listener that ever listened to the show. All right, so Jim in Minnesota and I want to tell you all about the Hollywood Brown Derby restaurant.
Great pick.
No, Jim is not pleased and not happy with you. So they're famous for, of course, the Cobb salad.
That's all I know about it, to be honest.
Yeah, so and I've never even gotten a Cobb salad.
And crazily enough, I got a Cobb
cheese.
salad yesterday, and it was really enjoyable.
Not as good as not as enjoyable as the one at Hollywood Brown Derby.
How do you know? Have you ever had it?
No, I did not. Actually, I
It
have.
is famous, though.
So they have this. They have the appetizer.
It's actually called famous Cobb salad on the menu.
Exactly right, and it's an appetizer, and it's big enough for a meal. It's huge. I've seen it. It's huge.
Right.
And what's a Cobb salad have in it? Finely chopped greens, turkey breast, bacon, egg, tomatoes, crumbled blue cheese, which is why I don't get it. Avocado, which is another reason why I don't get it.
He doesn't eat either.
Chives, Cobb dressing, and you can add chicken or shrimp. The other things they have, first of all, ahi tuna for an appetizer. I'm all over it.
You're always going to get that.
Pan-seared sea scallops and roasted pork belly.
Together?
Yes.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Now you're feeling bad.
I feel terrible. I felt
feel
terrible from the first second you said the word lame.
Yes. People love this restaurant.
Maybe we should try
all
it.
the time. And it's a 2-credit dining experience.
Is it? I didn't know that.
Because it's a little on the fancy side,
Yeah,
but it's
fancier.
still in a park, so it's casual. Wear your shorts, wear your t-shirts. No one has to, you don't have to go get dressed up for it.
Right.
What are you laughing at?
No, I'm just laughing at what you're saying, but you're right. It is true.
Is it Chipino? Is that how you say it? Because that's my favorite on the list.
I think so.
On the list here.
That's how I say it.
Cioppino. Somebody who's, is that, what are you singing?
Nothing.
Now you have to say it. What were you singing?
No, how you
Share with
do.
the rest of the class.
How you do B-O-O-G-I-E. That's the way you spell bookie. Pick a bookie. Yeah. Pick a bookie.
I do that with the kids. B-O-O-G-I-E. That's the way you
And
spell
with
boogie,
the kids, he means with me all the time.
I might do that with you, yeah. Listen, I like to have fun. I'm not going to apologize for having fun.
No, you shouldn't.
The duck breast, chicken breast, chop steak. That's another famous one. The plant-based chop steak, which I don't know. Is it plant-based? How could it be a chop steak? That's what I've heard about
That's
that.
a good question.
Is it an impossible chop steak?
It must be.
I've heard about people telling me that they really enjoy that, but I don't know how that would be possible because it's not real steak. And then they have the kids out there. Listen, what I really like about this is it's cool. It feels like it's old Hollywood.
Yes.
And it feels like it's old Hollywood studios. It's almost like a relic in the park now.
Right.
Because you need 2 fingers for that. Yeah, there you go.
I just took over.
It was just,
No,
she's just
I'm
running
sorry.
the
I just
show on
always,
that.
well, no, but I always talk about the kids stuff because I feel like that's really important.
No, it is.
And
It
so
is, especially for people, probably for people who listen to the show.
Right. So what's cool is, so the kids appetizers, they just can get one if they want to. They don't have to. But so it's kids create your own entree, which is amazing. So what it means is that they get to pick whatever, the main course is going to be of the entree, but then they get to pick the sides.
Right. It's like almost like a counter service place.
And the sides, there are many sides. So
Yes.
there's like fruity, desserty type sides, and then of course there's like potato type sides and vegetables. But it's very, very cool. I feel like they give kids a lot of freedom, and that's really fun. Our kids love to be able to pick their own stuff.
They do. Yeah, they do love that stuff. So yeah. But again, like the feeling of the restaurant feels very much like Hollywood like even now, Hollywood Studios of 1990. Like it's a long time ago.
I agree. They did a really good job with that.
And it's there's not many places that are, there's more restaurants left over from the beginning than there are attractions. There are like no opening day attractions left.
That's true, actually.
I don't think there are any.
I think that you're right.
Attractions wise, I don't
No, Star Tours wasn't there?
think, no.
Oh, then no. I think you're right.
I don't think there's any opening day attractions left at all. So there are opening day restaurants like this one, like Mama Melrose, like what's the 50s Prime Time, which...
That's my next pick.
All right, well, let's go there then.
Should we go there?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, I love 50s Primetime Cafe. So my next pick is 50s Primetime Cafe.
Spoiler alert. Sorry.
So listen, going to 50s Primetime Cafe, I'll tell you what, the food is absolutely delicious. But going there is as much for the
it's for
ambiance as it is for the food.
The food's really good.
The food is wonderful because
But
the
it's
idea of it is comfort food. So the idea of it, just for anyone who doesn't know, is that you're going to Ma and Pa's kitchen, right? Ma and Pa.
Yes.
So,
Sorry, I was coughing.
No, it's totally fine. So, so the idea is that the people who are it's like Ma and Pa in the back cooking.
Or your aunt or your uncle
Moms
or
and
your
dads.
cousin.
There's like a
Depending on,
grandma, cousin, right? So it's all
kind of
family.
depends on how old your server is for which role they get.
Ah, that makes sense. Yeah. So, but everything's called like grandpa, like
Right.
grandma's chicken pot pie,
Chicken
and
pot,
mom's
chicken
old fashioned
pie.
pot roast, that kind of thing. So it's all comfort food. But what's really, really fun about it is that the servers have complete freedom to kind of mess with you, so to speak. And so because you're in mom and pop's kitchen or what have you, in the restaurant, you need to have good manners.
Yep.
So I will never forget. I was young. I'll never forget. I was just sitting talking to my parents in the restaurant, and I happened to have my elbows on the table. And the server came over and was like, "Get your elbows off the table!" And they made me stand up with my back to the restaurant for like a full minute. And this server was not joking around. He was like,
put you in a corner?
Put me in the corner, but he stood next to me and he's like, "Don't turn around, don't turn back." And I was like, "Okay." But it was actually really fun, of course. And it's
your name Baby?
all in good fun. I did feel like Baby in the corner. It was all in good fun, and it always is there. But it's really cool. They do all kinds of stuff that's similar to that.
What is your go-to entree for dinner?
Right. So
Is it fried chicken?
for me, it's a fried chicken, though. I remember when I was younger, I got Cousin Megan's traditional meatloaf.
Yeah, that's
what I
meatloaf's
got
a big
when
one
I
there.
had the elbows on the table. Yes, that is a big one there. But the fried chicken is fantastic. But I really haven't had anything that isn't good there.
No. And let me see. The dessert they have the peanut butter and jelly milkshake there. Yeah. Right? Isn't this where No. Yeah, that's where they have it.
Is it?
The peanut butter and jelly milkshake you can get. And they do it also at the Tune-In Lounge next door.
Oh, right. The tuna lunch I love.
But you can get it in both places. So yeah, the peanut butter
And
and
for
jelly milkshake is
kids,
amazing.
similar thing where you can create your own entree, and they get to pick the sides for whatever they pick as the entree.
Right. So there you go. So it's awesome. And it's a really fun place to go. If you
It's
haven't been.
really fun. I mean, if you guys are ready to like just have a good time and relax and joke around, it's similar to Whispering Canyon.
Yeah, you have to eat your vegetables. Don't leave them on the plate.
Oh no, you do have to eat your vegetables.
Don't try to
that
hide them with a
then I
napkin.
got in trouble again because I definitely was not eating my vegetables.
No.
And I got in so much trouble. And when I'll
eat vegetables at home. I'm not a huge vegetable eater on vacation. I'm
Right.
there for
you're there for the
fried chicken and a meatloaf. man.
Right,
I don't
sure
eat
you
all
are.
that. and the peanut butter and jelly milkshake.
But it's a super fun experience, really cute. Everyone can gets into it, so you should definitely not miss it.
Yeah, it's a really good one. All right. What do I have left on my list? All right, so I'm going to go to Magic Kingdom.
Oh,
with my
take
next
us
one.
there.
And the Jungle Navigation Company Skipper Canteen.
Oh, I'm so glad you put this on there.
Sorry, is this another one you haven't done?
I've not gotten to do this one.
So
I did warn everyone that I did not get to do most of these, but someday I will, and I can't wait.
So what's really cool about this one is that it's a different theme than most places, right? So it's
very
right across
different
the way
theme.
from Jungle Cruise, and a lot like the servers at 50s Primetime. These servers play a role, so they are.
But it's a different type of role, right?
Yeah, they are
Yes.
the jungle. They're off-duty Jungle Cruise skippers, which is really, really fun.
It is such a great idea. What a good concept.
It is. It's really cool. I'm looking. They got rid of my favorite thing on the menu.
They
unfortunately.
did the heads
Yeah.
on shrimp.
The heads on shrimp. Look like
Oh,
they're
that
not
was your
there anymore.
favorite.
I haven't been there in a while, but they do have the whole fried fish, which is a kind of an freaky look
Yes.
to a dish. They literally fry an entire fish
That is crazy
and
talk.
put it on a plate.
Wow, they sure do.
It's really
I
cool.
just read
really-
the description.
It's very different looking, but it's delicious. I really like as far as the appetizers go, the sea shumai I've gotten, which is really, really
Oh,
good.
yes,
Like
you
the-
did love that.
Like they're like the dumplings. Like,
Oh,
and
I love dumplings.
they have pork, shrimp, and edamame. Amy's taking over the computer again. She's got something that she has to talk
No,
about.
but what I love about this menu is not only are the people, they're playing a role, but the menu is going along with it.
Yeah,
for
it's
example, it
lots of
says,
jokes,
quote unquote, tastes like chicken because it is, and
Yeah.
it's a fried chicken dish. So that's really funny.
The hearty har char.
Oh, that's cool. This is very clever.
There's the Dr. Falls signature grilled steak, of course. Dr. Falls is named after, it's
That's funny.
named after the legendary, what does he say? The legendary scientist, Dr. Albert Falls.
But wait, so do the servers, do they play along with, like, do they make jokes?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like
They're
similar
totally in character.
type of
Yeah, they're totally in
Jungle
character the whole
Cruise jokes?
time. Yeah, they make.
Oh, that's fun.
They make Jungle Cruise jokes. They make fun of you. They it's all puns.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that
really,
sounds
really
really cool.
Really well done.
I have heard so many wonderful things about this restaurant. Lots of
Yeah, it's a really fun
recommendations.
place to go. The kids, I'm looking at the kids' food. Well, it's another place to it. It's Magic Kingdom, so at night you can get, for dinner, you can get cocktails. They have sangria, they have wine, they have beer, which, again, if that's not your thing, whatever, but it's nice to have.
It's good to have an option.
It's nice
sure.
to have the option of having a beer or a glass of wine at the end of the day at Magic Kingdom because it's super, it's a busy day. You're
It's
running
a
around all
tiring day.
Yeah,
It is.
So,
It is. I get it.
so I think you go to Skipper Canteen, have dinner, have your sea shumai, have your whole fried fish, and then you have a glass or two of wine or
Yes.
a beer or two, and then you jump on a monorail, head over to the Polynesian. And
Oh, that's a fun night.
Finish the night at Trader Sam's.
Trader
Kinda
Sam's.
Keep the same.
Yeah, it's very similar.
Keep the same vibe.
feel.
It's an Adventureland kind of vibe.
Right, and more jokes and puns.
I love Trader Sam's.
I do too.
That's not what this is about, but
That's a great place.
you can combine the two into one really fun
You
night,
really
I
could.
think. So, all right, Ames,
I'm sorry, there's something called the Lost and Found Soup, which is also a really fun name.
Yeah, they're really fun. And
So yeah, I only have one restaurant left.
do you only have one?
I only have one because we
What
did
do
a
I have?
couple together. You have like 7.
I don't. I have one, two left.
Okay, right, that makes sense.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. So your next
Because
one.
you had extras.
That's true.
So, my last one, I'm going to take us back to Epcot. Sorry, everyone. Although now, that was fun.
We're just going magically back to Epcot.
Although now I feel bad because we said that we would talk about face characters. So,
I have that on my. That's on my list.
well then don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So I'm actually taking us. I am taking us to another character meal, but I'm taking us to Garden Grill because. Man, do I love this place.
I do too.
love this place. And in fact, this has now become every single trip we go here.
We do.
It doesn't matter where we're staying. It doesn't matter what other plans we have. This is now we hit it for breakfast.
So wait. So really quickly, let me.
But we've done dinner too.
Yeah. I just want to really quickly run. Garden Grill is the one in the Land Pavilion that rotates. It's the rotating restaurant. Something funny that happened to us last time. The day before we had Garden Grill reservations, the following day we were in that pavilion. I think to ride Soarin'. And I had seen that the darn restaurant wasn't rotating. Not that it matters
Right.
that much,
It doesn't matter that much.
but I remember being in there. I'm like, well, if it's not rotating, I'm not going. Like, why would I do that? But I was dead serious. I told you, and you're laughing now. I think you
That's
did this.
exactly what he did. He was like, "No, that's it. We're not going to go. We're just going to cancel it." And the kids are like, "Are we serious?" Like they know him by now. Thank goodness. So they were like elbowing me, and they're like,
I'm
"Are
not
we
a-
seriously not going?" I'm like, "No, we're definitely still going."
I'm not a guy that gets angry.
No. So
But-
when he does, it's really funny.
And it's-
but he's dead serious.
Yeah, no, I had this
You were
irrational.
not. You had planned on not going if it was,
had-
which
yeah.
actually it was rotating.
Not that day.
The next
the
day.
Yeah, the next day was
When we
rotating. That's
went,
why we
it started rotating.
I don't get mad much, but I
Spoiler
have
alert!
this.
I would have gotten him to go anyway.
Well, I have this reactionary thing that I do.
It's so funny, but especially I think in Disney because you have such high expectations.
I do, and I have like the plan laid out, and if it doesn't work out, I'm like, well, that's it. I'm not doing it.
That's right.
It's very much like my mom. My mom has that.
Yes,
And I
that's
got
very
it from
true.
her. Like it's like this like little bit of an Irish temper.
Yes. Well, I'll never forget.
like,
Like,
nope.
I'll never forget when the kids, I think maybe even just we had Lex was little and we were getting ready for a party and something was going wrong.
geez.
Like something was happening where she was freaking out or we had like spit up or something on us. Something happened. and literally you threw your hands up and you go, well, that's it. We're just not going to this party. And I didn't know you that well. I don't know.
I hope you knew me,
but I mean, I hadn't seen that side of you at that point. So I was fully dressed.
Adding kids to the mix adds a little bit of stress.
We were 10 minutes late already. Like, this is it was like a big birthday party for someone in your family, something that we really, or even maybe a holiday, something that we really weren't going to miss. And you said, that's it, we're not going. And I remember looking at you being like, oh, we're not? And I stopped what I was doing because I was like, I guess we're just staying home. And you're like, no, you know we're going. And I was like, oh. So then he did it a lot more times where he'd be like, we're just not going. And I would just continue.
That started happening more when we had kids. That's a false
alarm.
Yeah, when we...
Oh, yeah. No, I think it only
Before we
happens.
had kids, I was just a lot more mellow. Yeah, it's like, whatever happens. But now it's like, nope, now we're not doing it.
I think actually it was Easter. It was Easter. She was losing it. She was like 4 months old. We were trying to get her into this like real fancy dress and she wanted no part of it. And he's like, we're just not going. I'm like, we're going to miss Easter. It was really funny.
You know, I'm just blowing smoke.
So we're always going to
anyway
the restaurant.
So back to Garden
which
Grill.
is fantastic. So yes, as you heard, most of the time it does rotate. It rotates really slowly. You can't feel it. I don't believe.
No, the only thing you ever notice it's just your scenery changes, and it changes super slow. Your scenery
changes slow, which is so fun because there's a lot of fun stuff to look at.
Do you feel awkward when you're facing the pavilion a little bit when you're eating?
Yeah, I'm like, hello everyone.
They used to have plants up. Remember they used to have the plants up outside to kind of block
But I
view?
just look at the other side. So like I look at
You don't look at the people who are staring at you watching eating.
No, I tend not to now.
Your chip sticky bun cake.
Oh my gosh, that's coming.
Why did I pronounce it like that? Chip sticky bun cake. Chips sticky bun cake.
But I will say, especially for me, who I don't know if I've discussed this, but I have no sense of direction whatsoever. I have no spatial relation ability. So what is confusing is when you go to the bathroom and then you go back to go to your table. It's not in the same spot as when you went to the bathroom.
It does get a little off-putting.
So you kind of have to like figure out. Sometimes I just stand there and wait for it to rotate back around, and I see you, and then I just go in.
Yeah, it's a little
a little confusing, but it's super fun.
Just stand outside the restaurant waiting for your table to come back around.
So this is another place where the food itself, it's so great.
Food's great. Yep.
So it's one of those. I don't think that we've ever been for lunch, and I actually don't think that they bring your food over. Do they? I don't think so.
I don't know. We've been for breakfast and dinner.
I think you order from the menu for lunch. Check it out. Sorry, we should have done this before.
No, it's all the same thing.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. It's the same as the dinner.
It's okay. So I'm sorry. So forget everything I just said. Lunch and dinner are the same. That's a cool one.
They just keep laughing.
They really think that was the funniest thing ever.
Still laughing.
So
Still laughing.
They really are. So for breakfast, just quickly, they have the scrambled eggs and the bacon and sausage links. And they have these, what are they called? Oh, potato barrels.
They're hash browns, basically, right?
Hash browns or tater tots, but they're like barrel shaped. They're really good.
I think we got that when they said barrels.
Oh, fair enough. But then they do have that thing that you pronounce so oddly, the chip sticky bun bake. And so that is a huge pan. And it just comes with this humongous, it's all mini, cinnamon buns or whatever you would call them, sticky buns.
Miniature.
They're small, but they're all obviously together, and you just cut the pieces out. And you can get refills on any of the food, including those.
Yeah, they just keep bringing it over.
And they also do bring Mickey shaped waffles and fruit. So it is really, really tasty. And
No.
And I was going to say, and I like the breakfast options as much as I like the lunch and dinner options, which are also fantastic.
I really like the breakfast because I like the bacon and the sausage.
I do too.
I do like the dinner too. I love their harvest salad in the beginning.
Yes, it's so good.
I'm the only one at the table that eats that.
You're right, you are.
Every time we get it, I'm the only one, but it's really good.
I know.
It's
so I'm
some
like,
kind of
just
vinaigrette
keep
dressing.
getting it.
That's real. I really, really like that. And then you get their strawberry shortcake for dessert for that.
That's
for
right.
dinner, which is really cool.
That's right.
Their food at lunch and dinner is really good. Mac and cheese, stuffing.
So the mac and cheese
turkey,
has,
and we've gone when it had the specialty menu too.
Yes, we have.
I forget what that was for for Christmas.
I guess it was Christmas.
It was a little different. But anyway, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say the mac and cheese has little goldfish. Yeah. It has like a goldfish crust on top.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Really good. The kids love it. But then there's turkey and the grilled beef with chimichurri, which is your favorite thing, and mashed potatoes, French fries. And again, you can just keep getting refills of any of those parts that you want. And it's so, and we didn't even talk about the characters who are adorable because they're like in farmer outfits.
Well, Mickey is, and I think Pluto
Is it
has
overalls?
They have bandanas, Pluto and Chip and Dale. Right?
Yes. But what I was going to say, actually, I am glad that we talked about this one. Oh, I put it on my list. But I'm so glad we did because...
I'm so glad I picked it.
Sorry, I was thinking it was yours. But because in terms of character interaction, even though they're not face characters, I have noticed these are great. So the concept, I believe, and maybe I'm wrong, is best friends? Or
Yeah.
is that
No,
Ohana?
it's Lilo and Stitch.
That's Ohana. I'm sorry.
It's Ohana.
But, well, these are still best friends, though, right?
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, they seem like best friends.
So it's Mickey and Pluto.
Chip and Dale brothers?
Chip and Dale. No, it turns out that they're best friends.
That's right. We looked that up once.
Right. We did look it up because it was confusing. But so it's really, really cute because Chip and Dale, if Chip is at our table and then Dale happens to pass, he'll like come and put his arm around him and they like hang out together. And it's really the character interaction between the characters.
Yeah, it's really fun.
There is super adorable.
It is. I really don't think I can add anything to that. So we're
good
going to move on
I really like that one.
to our next one. You know what's funny is
And we're going there very shortly in like
Yeah.
30 days or something.
about a month.
Very exciting.
So my last two, I'm going to finish it out with these two. They are both in Epcot,
Wow, we picked a lot of Epcot.
and they're both in World Showcase.
But we hit something in every park.
That's true. This one, I'm going for my last one, not my next to last one, and then we'll tag team the two of these.
Okay.
Because these are both ones that you and I have been to a lot of times.
Sounds fantastic.
So in Italy, Via Napoli
I love it.
at Epcot.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Not a character meal. It is
It doesn't need to be.
no, but it's a, what do you call it? A la carte. You order everything kind of by itself. Food's awesome. They don't have breakfast. It's just lunch and dinner there. So we love the what do you make faces at me for?
Sorry, I was trying not to sneeze.
We love the pizza.
I must
think
have looked like a bunny rabbit.
you did. We got the pizza. I've gotten the pasta there too before Disney
Oh,
races.
yes, you did.
We usually
You really
get-
liked it.
I did. The food's really good. So we've said it before in the show, but I'll mention it again. The food is a little unique because the water is flown in, or how do you say it?
Water.
Is for the pasta and pizza is flown in from a spring in Pennsylvania. That the pH content of the water is very similar to the water in Naples. Why are you laughing at me?
I was
My
just
accent?
remembering yesterday when you said something about grab your water bottle, and he said, Dad, I believe it's pronounced water.
Yeah, and I said you're. And
I
called him
believe
a
you
name.
are
I called
being
him,
a buster.
Yeah, he loves to bust my chops. That kid. So
He does.
He does. He loves it. He like looks at me with a little sly smile.
And for all of you guys who know him a little bit, but not that well, you would be very surprised that Jack can
yeah,
because
because he seems super quiet,
so quiet and
polite.
sweet, and yes,
But
and he is.
He is, but he's a
oh
boss
my
of the
gosh,
day.
especially to you, Phil.
Yeah, he tries to get under
His
my
whole
skin.
life,
He has since he could talk. He's been getting under my skin.
your
that boy.
relationship.
Oh man, it's funny because he's your like little angel, and with me, listen, I'm not complaining. He's the nicest little boy in the world.
But he likes to.
He likes to
give you a hard
rile me
time.
up a little bit. I think that's most boys with their dads.
That's good.
So the pasta's really good. We're big pizza people here.
Right, and
at
but I
Via
was going
Napoli.
to say the risotto. I think they're called fried risotto balls.
Oh yeah. Those
Oh
are
my
awesome.
gosh, those are so great. We haven't been there in a while, and
Where
I still
are they?
remember them right here.
Say
I don't
it.
know
Say
how to
out.
pronounce it.
Arancini.
Arancini, probably.
Fried risotto balls with mozzarella and meat ragu.
Those were
are awesome.
amazing.
Had the calamari there. It's awesome. I'm not a big prosciutto and melon fan.
Oh, I like it.
I don't.
I think it's a very good combo.
Yeah. Well, you're Richie with your Richie tastes and your upbringing. You would. I'm
don't
from
know.
Chappaqua.
I don't know
I really
why.
like the finer things in life.
Every time
Where's
he's
my
like,
pate?
every time he's like, "Do you want to do a podcast with me?" Silly me. Oh, sure, I'd love to do a podcast with you. I just did my own. I just
You
made
did. You made
my
fun of
own
yourself.
voice.
Oh, I can only have pate. And what's the other stuff that I like?
Tongue.
No, what's the other stuff that I like? Come on, Ace, what's the other stuff? The caviar.
Oh, I don't know.
I only eat caviar.
I do not eat caviar.
Is that can of caviar $88 for an ounce? Then I can't have it. My name's Amy.
Hearing your impression of my voice in my ear is
better. It's a lot better. That's what you're
phenomenal.
going to say, yeah.
It's phenomenal.
So we usually get the pizza here. We get to, what is it? We've gotten to 4 cheese, which is really good. And then there's the what's the meat? That's it. The mezzo, is that the one we got? The mezzo metro? Yeah.
Yes, that is with your parents, I think.
What's white pizza with mozzarella, Italian sausage, hot peppers, onions, cherry tomatoes. Listen, any pizza, margarita you get is excellent. Any pizza you get there is really, really good.
Right, because it's not just about the pizza. It's about, as you said, it's about the crust.
Yeah, it's as I was saying, I think I
but
cut
it's still
myself
thin.
off.
It's like really thin, and I cut you off. I'm sorry about water. I'm sorry.
That's right. I knew it. I was waiting for you to
I
apologize.
apologize. You were.
No, I didn't even remember. That's why I said I cut myself off. But anyway, the water is flown in from Pennsylvania, and the rest of the ingredients are actually imported from Naples, from Italy. So that's what makes it different and unique. And I've said it 1,000 times, the best pizza in Florida. At least in Central Florida.
You totally stand by that.
I do. No one's close. Although I like the place that's from...
Flippers?
No. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh at Flippers. Flippers got us through a lot
No,
of...
I made a funny face.
Flippers got us through
we
a lot
love-
of
I
tough
think it's
pizza
really
nights
good.
when we lived in Orlando.
Oh, I love Flippers.
I like Flippers too. No, I was thinking of the other place that they brought in from Chicago.
Pizza Rizzo?
No, Pizza Rizzo is just average, I think. It's all right.
I have such good memories of that pizza.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe I was really
I think
hungry.
you
I
romanticized
loved it. Maybe.
We were listening to an Eagles game.
It was a fun time.
Yeah, it was a really fun
Zoe
time.
was like sleeping on my lap, which she didn't really do anymore at that
Yeah, she
point.
was, like,
so it was
too
like
old.
so sweet and
It's like
cuddly.
4. Yeah, it's
She
just
was-
all memories, I think. Anyway,
Yes, it might be the memories.
So Indianapolis is awesome. And they have the big wood-burning ovens it's an open kitchen. So you get to see all the cooks and the chefs preparing all the food. If you ask them, they'll throw the pizza up in the air.
That's true. They will.
I think every time I'm in there, I ask them to throw it in the air so I can video it and then put it on Facebook or like Instagram. It's awesome to see. I could never do that.
No, of course.
Have you ever
but I
tried
mean,
to throw pizza dough? Yeah.
Have you seen me try to throw a pair of socks to you?
Yeah. This morning, this is really funny.
Oh, that is funny.
I asked, what were you throwing to me? A snack. Oh, a bag of Pirate's booty.
That's exactly right.
And she's like, hey, Phil, put this in the cabinet for me because they're not going to eat this. And I was like, okay. And I go underhand it. And you frisbeed it, sidearm,
I
as
don't know
hard as you
what.
could.
I don't know.
It, like hit me in the throat.
That was
I fell on the ground. I was like gasping for breath and air.
God.
That Pirate's booty is a lot
Seriously.
heavier than it looks.
Why do I choose?
No, this really did happen though. It actually hit me in the
he was
chest.
not gasping
No.
for air.
No, but it did hit me in the chest. I didn't react fast enough to it.
No, and his eyes were very wide in surprise.
It came out a little hot. It was a little faster than I thought it would. Anyway, so the
He did
desserts.
not catch it.
The desserts of Indianapolis, they have your classic Italian desserts, tiramisu and cannoli. Cannoli, right? Yeah. Gelato. Amy, again, is taking over my computer. It's like, I'm not even here.
I'm
I
just
said next week,
reminding you.
next podcast, she's going to be running the board, hitting the buttons, doing everything.
I'm just reminding you to talk about the kid stuff.
Okay.
Go
I
ahead.
want to talk about the kid stuff. Why don't you talk about the kid stuff?
Are these crickets?
The crickets.
Why? Oh, because no one was laughing at my joke?
Yes.
Oh,
Or I could have done, instead of doing that, I could do this one. When you make a joke. Is that better?
much better.
Let's try it again. Tell a funny joke.
Hey. You know what's a funny joke?
What?
That I married you.
All right, go ahead. The poor listener's like, I know you have sound effects, you dork.
Like,
Let's do the sound.
do
the
you guys
podcast.
want to tell us about this restaurant or what's happening?
Go ahead.
So there's on the kids menu. So there's, obviously they can get a pizza, and they can get cheese ravioli and spaghetti meatballs, and then they have really good kids desserts as well. So I think it's cool. I mean, because when we went crazily enough, this was a while ago, and so our kids actually ate the pizza with us. And a lot of kids will do that, but some kids don't necessarily like or want
Right.
pizza, or they want their own, or they just want pasta. So it's good that they have all kinds of options.
It's true. I love that. Listen, if your kids like pizza, it might, if they're not used to the Neapolitan style or the
True, it
thin
is
crust.
very different, very thin.
But I think most kids, except for the really picky eaters like we have, will probably just go for it and not really freak out. Like, it definitely looks different than the pizza you have at home.
It definitely
So
does.
just
So
be
no,
prepared
that's
for
true.
that
That's a
if
good
you're-
point. If the kids are a bit younger, they might be kind of like,
Yeah, I know.
not
I've
sure.
heard kids saying there, this isn't pizza.
Yeah, it does not look like the pizza that they're used to
Right.
seeing.
They're not. It's not a circle. It's not.
Where it doesn't look like a
slices.
takeout pizza
Yeah.
from here.
which is different. So just be prepared for that.
Yes.
I like the beer flight, by the way.
I love the beer flight.
I get
Can we get the beer flight today?
I don't think they deliver it to Pennsylvania.
It just looks like
Are
it
we
might be a
going out
long
to dinner?
day.
Did you didn't tell me about this?
No, I just think it might be a long day.
Is it because
Some
you're spending
Fridays
it with
are.
me?
Oh, well, no. Maybe.
Yeah, I think that's true. All right, so let's go to the last one.
You guys feel my pain.
Really?
With Fridays. No, I mean with long Fridays.
So the last one we're going to cover, Ames, is Akershus
Yay!
in Epcot.
I almost put this on. I'm so glad that you did.
Well, I don't think we can do a table service, a park table service show
I couldn't agree more.
and not mention the Royal Banquet Hall that is Akershus.
This is
And that's how you say it. That's how I've heard people
That's
say
how
it.
I say it.
Akershus.
I don't think it's the third one.
No.
What's so funny about Akershus,
Yes.
is how I say it, is it's still hard to get into, but not nearly as much as it was. So there were like maybe 4 years when we just literally I had never been, and I don't think you had either.
No.
Because
When
we
were
couldn't
real
get
little
in.
kids, we didn't really try to go. But
We didn't try, but even like a couple years when we did try, we just weren't able to get in.
Right.
So I will never forget when we first got in. It was the trip when I fell and broke my nose.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm going. I am just going. And Phil was like, you're crazy. How are you going to walk around the park like this? And I said, totally fine.
Did you
Let's
get a
just
wheelchair?
go. No, no. I got a wheelchair when I broke my shoulder in the park.
That's right.
Which was a different trip.
Man, we are a mess, aren't we? Holy cow.
No, I refused the wheelchair at this point. But anyway, so we finally went to the restaurant, and man, people were correct. It really does knock your socks off, food wise, and as we said earlier, especially character wise.
Yeah.
Because those princesses, they have nothing to do. Like they are ready. They're in. They're in to just sit and hang with you. They'll tell stories. They'll tell you jokes. They'll have conversations with you. I mean, they really hang out with you.
They really do. So let's lay it out for people who haven't been.
I'm sorry. Yes, I got so excited.
No. You were doing it perfectly.
And we're going here soon too, which is
true.
very exciting.
We, as you can tell, we have our favorites.
Yes.
But let's lay it out for people who haven't done it. So you walk in, and Belle is the host.
So already you're in great shape because
Amy's
you've seen
ready
Belle.
she's ready to tell the
I
story.
just love Belle.
Go ahead. So you go ahead.
That's it. Go ahead.
No, I want you to go. So you walk in, and Belle's the host. So you get to your kids. Like I didn't go up to Belle. I'm like, hello, Belle. Hey, give me a hug, Belle. Like I didn't do that.
I wish you could see the hand gestures that
Yeah, I
he's
did,
currently
like, this
doing.
weird, like-
It's like a robot-y type.
No, because there's some guys, and I'm sorry if you're one of those guys that are just all about hugging the princesses. That's not my scene, man.
That Jim that I offended earlier.
Yeah, from Minnesota.
From Minnesota.
Yeah, but-
He's one of those guys.
Minnesota's full of princess huggers. But some guys are just a little too friendly with the princesses. I don't like that. Like they're young girls. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting a little too far, but
Go ahead.
you're staring at me like, don't say anything wrong.
No, it's fine. I'm listening.
I have a very strong feeling
I know
about
you
that.
do.
Like, and I think it's much more because I'm a dad to girls.
I agree with that,
You're
but I know,
like-
but I think that you're right no matter what. But I think that in this case, people are just excited. They're just really excited to see them.
I agree.
I think it's okay.
I'm talking about the weird guys.
I know
not
you-
the
I know.
average guy.
I know you are.
Anyway, so the kids go in, they get to give Belle a hug, they get pictures, she'll sign a book, and then you go to your table, you meet your server, and then all of a sudden, there's just 1,000 princesses walking around. Like you have, depending on the day, right, who have we seen in there? We've seen Snow White, Aurora, Sleeping Beauty, we've seen Jasmine, right?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm trying to think who else goes there.
I think those are the
Cinderella.
ones. Yeah, Cinderella.
And
yes.
Ariel.
And Ariel.
No, Cinderella, does she meet there? Yeah, she does, I think.
We very rarely, I think we saw her once.
Yeah, and so the other ones are a little more frequent.
Right.
I think we've seen Ariel every time.
Yes,
Aurora
we've definitely
every
seen
time.
both of them every time.
Not
And
Jasmine
Snow
every
White.
time.
Did we say Snow White?
Snow White, I said, yeah.
Yes.
And they come up to your table, like you said, they
So
have
Belle
a lot
does not mingle, though. She stays there, but
Right.
you can take photos with her.
because she's not single and ready to mingle.
No, not in
She's
that
taken
moment.
and ready for bacon.
Okay. Going down an odd path. But what I was going to say, there is bacon on the menu, just in case you guys are
I
wondering.
mean, who's not ready for bacon?
What I was going to say about this particular restaurant that I think they're so smart about is that they made it a buffet.
Yes.
And
Not really, though. It is a buffet. A part of it's a buffet.
A part of it.
The rest of it is the all you care to enjoy that they bring to your table.
That's true. It's half and half.
So your server will bring out
some-
the scrambled bacon.
Yes, they bring that
scrambled
huge
eggs,
thing.
bacon,
That's right.
sausage, potatoes.
Right.
The potato casserole, by the way, amazing.
Oh, it's so good. I think we
it's
got
like
refills
potatoes
of it.
with like sour cream and cheese.
Yes.
It's so good.
Yes, it's really
But
good.
they'll bring your server will bring you that, and then everything else is, and they'll bring you your drinks, and everything else is buffet.
So the reason I say it's so smart that it's a buffet is they have a lot of really unique. Excuse me, I don't know how to my voice. Norwegian offerings.
My name's Amy. I like to squeak my voice. I find it funny. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, he thought that was hilarious.
I crack myself up.
I don't know how I ever keep my train of thought when I'm next to you, but
I wish I had the
did.
birds like tweeting and love sounding like.
Oh God! Somehow I did. So it's actually called a Norwegian smorgasbord, and so
I'm glad you said that word because I cannot pronounce that.
oh, because my mom always used to say it.
Smorgasbord.
She did not pronounce it that way.
That's how I want to say it every time.
Every Sunday was smorgasbord Sunday in our house. So basically, it was like any leftovers and anything, kind of like whatever, a mishmash of dinner. And we
that
got
was
to,
like
pick
my
our
mom
own.
doesn't feel like cooking Sunday.
But it was cool because we always had lots of stuff. So it was fun because we got to pick our own dinner. And anyway,
But they do have it's a lot of Norwegian specialties.
and that's what I was going to say was I'm
which
glad
can
that it's
freak some people out.
well, and that's why I'm glad that it's a buffet for two reasons. One, if you aren't feeling adventurous, you do not have to try anything.
Right.
But if you are feeling adventurous,
Yeah.
you can fill that plate up and have your whole family try it.
With mackerel, with salami, with lox, with
Can you talk about the orange cheese?
It's
Is
the
it
brown-
orange?
the brown cheese?
Is it this one?
yeah, I don't know how to. It's like J toast or Jetos cheese.
Yes, I believe that's right.
It looks the color of it is like peanut butter.
And the consistency is peanut butterish as well.
Is it? Is it soft?
It's soft.
I didn't eat it because I was.
Oh, you
not,
didn't eat it?
No, I wasn't gonna eat
What's
that.
funny is I don't even remember the taste because I was.
Oh no,
so
we did.
thrown
You
off.
and I ate it the first time, and
Yeah.
then we made your dad and my dad eat it the second time.
And one of them loved it. My dad, I think. Both of them loved it.
Yeah, I think they did.
Oh, they went back and got more.
Listen, I'm
It
not against
backfired on
Norwegian
us.
food, but that's right. The
I
consistency.
love some of the
The consistency was a little bit funky, and it wasn't not exactly my scene. And I don't like anything. Like I'm not a big. I like cheese, but about as sharp as I go is sharp provolone. Anything else than that,
right.
anything other than that, I'm kind of out. Right.
Yes, I agree with that.
So yeah, so dinner is different. Dinner is, it's the whatchamacallit.
Price fixed.
Yeah, but it
Fixed
has
price.
the appetizer everybody gets. So they
Okay.
bring the appetizer out, and you get the Scandinavian sliced meats, fruits,
So it's called a
cheeses.
Taste of Norway.
Taste of Norway. And then you get to pick your entree. They have like a mixed grill. They have seared pork tenderloin, salmon, and some Norwegian dishes that I will not even try to pronounce. Because to be honest with you, I don't even know what a Norwegian accent sounds like. Do you?
I don't think I do. And if I did, I definitely couldn't do it. I could not pull it off.
No. So I'm not even going to try.
I pull off most accents I try.
You do. And I'm not going to get you to do one because you're going to get in trouble.
Please don't.
No, because they're going to seem very inappropriate.
And I'm actually not good at accents. I was being funny.
No, I'm so good at accents. I'm terrible.
But so is lunch a buffet? You said yes, right?
Yeah, I think it's.
we've ever had it.
Excuse me. Let's have a look.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Let's have a look. It's the same thing. So lunch is the same as dinner.
Okay, so
It's like
the
$3 less per adult.
So the only buffet, and as you said, the breakfast is half buffet and half not.
Yeah.
But it's only for breakfast is the buffet.
And so everything's
but
really
lunch
good.
and
Food's
dinner
good.
Are they character? Are they princesses?
Yeah,
as
still
well?
princesses. Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
Cool. I was just wondering.
That because again, we've told the story before in the podcast. That gets you into trouble if you think it's
Sure
a character
does.
meal and you show up and it ain't.
But I'm not sure now if there are any character meals that don't have characters for dinner anymore, because that used to be the case.
Yeah, but now they have they have different characters at
Right, but they'll still have them.
Hollywood and Vine. But it
Probably
used to be,
because of us.
Yeah, I think we kind of tipped the scales that day. we scared everybody. All right, so do you have anything else about Oxtrews? Anything else? Any honorable mentions you want to throw in there?
No, I'm good. Thank you very much.
Well, thanks for playing today, Ames.
I think we covered. Listen, table service.
You can't cover them all, right? There's a billion other ones.
That's what I was going to say. Table service in the parks. I will say they are just, and I know you said this about Epcot, but I think in general, they are just stepping up their game all the time.
And we didn't, yeah, you're right. And there's like some fancy ones that we didn't mention.
Right.
Like Tiffin's and Animal Kingdom, like ones that we haven't been to because.
Right. I don't want to talk about ones that we haven't been to because we can't really help.
Right. Like at least one of us has been to, was at all the picks that we had today.
Correct.
If, yeah, like I want to go to Tiffin's. I haven't been there. So anybody who's listening, if you're going to be in Walt Disney World in April, I'm happy to join you at Tiffin's.
Just give them a call.
Somebody just, let's do it. All right, Hazel, this was a lot of fun.
It was. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And we will be in Walt Disney World to try these in person in how many days now?
Maybe we should do a meal podcast. Those are always fun.
Live, like a restaurant?
Yes.
Yeah, where can we do it from that we haven't done? We've done Akershus. We've done a Garden Grill we can do. We can do Garden Grill for breakfast.
Let's do Garden Grill. We were just talking about it. Done
and done.
All right.
Let's high five and see if it's heard on the podcast. That was terrible. Try it again.
Oh, high five. Oh, your hands are so red.
All right. With that, that's enough of the high five. We're going. And that is going to do it for this week's episode of the Ear to There Disney Podcast. Thanks again to my co-host, my wife, Amy Liz. She's the best. I hope you enjoyed this episode just like I and she hope you enjoy every episode that we put out. And I only ask this, if you did enjoy it, do me a favor, share the episode with someone, put it on social media, put it on Facebook or Instagram, and let people know that you're listening. I really, really appreciate it. All right, just remember, there will be a new episode of the Ear to There Disney Podcast next week, as well as another episode of the Walt Disney World Word of the Week. So until next time, thank you so much for listening. Wait, I forgot to thank you, didn't I? Yeah, listen, thank you so much. I really appreciate each and every single one of you. And really, thank you for listening to the show. And now I'll do it. Until next week, have a phenomenal week. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
Ear to there.